What's going on, guys? It is Andrew here, welcoming you back to another draft analysis for the PSBL, Pokemon Showdown Battle League. Now, guys, today this will probably be a longer episode, I'm guessing, because, well, it's my team, the Dunedin Articunos. We're doing the draft analysis for my team this week, and pretty much I'm probably going to go through all of my decision making. If I exactly remember what I was thinking, I should do. It should be fine. So I'm just gonna open up my draft plan stuff. So guys, for our draft, I sort of try to get as many cores as possible while filling defensive and offensive presences. I do have a bit of a ghost weakness, I think. I think that was what came through. Or something. But we're gonna just have a look. So, my first pick, I went for Skarmory. Because Skarmory in League format is, I'd like to say it's pretty good. Because it gets Defog, it gets Stealth Rock, it gets Spikes. It gets Sturdy, you can Roost. It's got base 140 defense, which is really nice. It's also Flying type, which gives me ground immunities for a few Pokemon later, I think. Yep. Okay, so really, my reasoning around Skarmory was I wanted something to set up rocks, I wanted something to set up spikes, I wanted a defogger if I could get a rapid spinner, which I'm not sure if we actually did get a rapid spinner. So defog on Skarmory is going to be essential, and I also got Skarmory picked up because it has that steel type of the Dragon Fairy Steel combo. So, saying that, our next draft pick is Mega Garchomp. Now, guys, in the PSBL, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but you do not have to bring it as a Mega. I could bring this as Scarf, Band, Life Orb, Assault Vest, whatever I want to do. But I thought, if I draft Mega Garchomp, it gives me that option for the powerful Mega that has 170 base attack and 120 base special attack. It does have a bit lower speed than regular Garchomp, but with those attacks, and it's not half bad speed, this thing could be a monster. I could run this special, I could run this physical, I could run this mixed. This thing gets Outrage and Draco Meteor. This thing gets Earthquake. This thing gets Fire Blast. It gets... Let's have a look. If we just... I'm going to go to Chrome here. I'm going to go to Smogon. Garchomp. This thing gets Stone Edge. It gets Swords Dance. What else? It gets Aqua Tail. It gets obviously Dragon Claw. Giga Impact. A normal gem Giga Impact, or a Normalium Z Giga Impact. Oh, I'm probably never gonna do that, but that would be insane. Gets a lot of Hubbing powers. It gets Poison Jab, Iron Tail, Iron Head. It gets Stealth Rocks. This thing gets Surf. This thing is really diverse, and I think we could do a lot of work with Garchomp. It also has the Dragon typing, which we need for our Dragon Steel Fairy core. Which brings me to my third draft pick. These are all from OU, by the way. I basically just went OU, UU, RU, PU, NU/PU. So I'm sorry if you hear my brother in the background. He's being annoying and not turning his music down. But okay, so our next pick of the draft comes from UU again, and it's Tapu Koko. Now, Tapu Koko is really nice. It gets Volt Switch. It also gets U-Turn. You can run this physical or special or mixed. It does have a higher physical attack, and it has amazing 130 base speed, which is very nice, especially... Surely this is one of the fastest mons in the metagame. Or in the draft, actually. Fastest... Let's find out. Fastest Pokemon. Let's just get a top 100 speed Pokemon. Has this been updated? I don't think this has been updated to include Gen 7. But it has to be up there. Let's go top 300 speed Pokemon. Okay, so this has been updated, and it's the 20th fastest Pokemon overall, including Megas. Things that beat it are like Crobat, Mewtwo, Aerodactyl, Jolteon, Greninja, obviously some Lopunny, Mega, I believe. Mega Manectric, Mega Mewtwo, Y, Mega Beedrill, Mega Sceptile, a Selgor, Mega Alakazam, Mega Aerodactyl, Deoxys Attack, believe, Deoxys Speed, Deoxys something, normal Deoxys maybe, Electrode, Pheromosa, and Ninjask. So I don't think any of those were actually drafted. Mega Beedrill and Sceptile might have been, actually. And no, Mega Lopunny and Mega Manectric definitely were. Jolteon probably was as well. So actually quite a lot of things drafted do outspeed Tapu Koko. But if I'm up against someone who has that sort of Pokemon, like, if we go to our opponent in week 1, they don't have anything that outspeeds Tapu Koko. So I can feel free to bring it Specs, or maybe Band, or maybe Life Orb. This thing's really nice. As I said before, it gets a Volt Switch, it gets U-Turn, Thunderbolt, great electric move, Hidden Power Ice, even. Gets Dazzling Gleam. Another thing I could do is Tapunium Z with the Nature's Madness and take a lot of health away. It's what? Let's see. I think it does 75%. And that would be really nice, especially how would this look week 1? Snorlax could be Gliscor. So we could easily we can work things around. We can always use Electrium Z, stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to move on to our next pick in the draft. And our next pick was Azelf. Oh, there we go. Azelf from UU. Why would I pick up Azelf? You're probably wondering. Well, I just want to pick up Cresselia. But I thought that Cresselia was taken at the point I was drafting at. It actually wasn't taken till way later. I could have picked up Cresselia, but I didn't. Basically, I wanted another Stealth Rocker, and Azelf pretty much fit that. Azelf is also... It's pretty fast. I mean, base 115 speed is nothing to laugh at. It's also got base 125, both attacks. So, this little thing can do some work. Like, I'm looking at some Smogon sets right now, and Focus Sash Explosion. It gets Calm Mind. This thing gets Acrobatics. Energy Ball, Future Sight. That could be interesting. Gets Iron Tail. This thing gets a lot of moves, guys. Also gets U-Turn, which is really nice. Get Rain Dance Thunder. It gets Power Up Punch. This thing has options, and I'm gonna look around and try and experiment. Obviously I want to win, but I kind of want to try some weirder sets. And I guess we'll see how that works out. But Azelf's a really nice pick in my opinion. Obviously I'm going to think that because I picked it, but it also leads in to our Psychic Dark Fighting core. Which leads into the next pick, which is Bisharp, which could also swap in for the into the steel slot for the fairy dragon core. But Bisharp, I needed a dark type, right? And what I had on my plan was Hydreigon, and actually no. So what I wanted to pick up, actually, I didn't want to pick up Cresselia before for a Zelf. I actually wanted to pick up Mew, and if that wasn't taken, Starmie. No, I wanted to pick up Mew and then a Zelf, and then if a Zelf was taken, I was going to take Starmie, but where was Mew taken? Because I know Mew was taken. If Mew wasn't taken, I'm about to have... Yeah, Mew was taken, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So Mew was taken just before I could get it on the same round. It was drafted 4th as well. It was just the way that the snake ladder worked. Anyway, so I wanted Hydreigon. My other options I was considering was after Hydreigon was Bisharp, Crawdon, and Crocodile. Now, I kind of regret not going Croak, except I didn't want that. Okay, basically the only reason I didn't take Croak this early in the draft is because I already had the Mega Garchomp, and that was another ice weakness that I didn't think that I could pick up that early. Did anyone end up actually drafting? Wait a second, guys. No one drafted Crocodile, but for where I was at in the draft, I didn't feel comfortable getting another ice weakness. We also have a massive ghost weakness that I overlooked. And I'm kicking myself, but we'll just have to play around it, guys. Anyway, so Bisharp, pretty much my goal with Bisharp is going to be Swords Dance, Sucker Punch. Maybe Swords Dance, Darkinium Z, Sucker Punch. But this thing really only gets a few sets that are really viable. I can always try something weird, but for the most part, that is what I'll be looking at. Knockoff. It also gets knockoff, which is nice. If we look at our opponent for the first week, actually, the Navy, they have a pretty big fighting. They have 5 fighting weaknesses with 3 resistances. They've got 2 rock weaknesses with no resistances, so that might actually make me bring a Pokemon, which I kind of just got for the Bants. But okay, I really like Bisharp. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna have to see how it goes. It's really weak to fighting. ground and fire and something else. Is that it? I don't think it's weak to bug. Maybe it is. Does steel resist bug? Probably. Let's see. Where's my list? Bug. Steel does resist bug. So, it's not a bad option. Anyway, so our next draft pick is Conkeldurr. So, you might be wondering why Conkeldurr. I did want Infernape. I really wanted Infernape. It was going to cover my Fire, Water, Grass core plus my Fighting Dark Psychic core. But I didn't end up getting it. It was sniped, like... Where was it sniped? I think it was sniped It was sniped the round... the round before I wanted to pick it. It was picked up in round 5. Drafted Conkeldurr in round 6. No, wait. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, in round 6. So that was really unfortunate. I'm kind of kicking myself that I did not pick up Infernape before I went for Bisharp. Because, to be honest, I don't think anyone would have picked up Bisharp if it was available. Maybe they would have, but... So, okay, so we have Conkeldurr. No. I sort of realised that Conkeldurr is a bit of a beast. This thing gets Guts, Iron Fist, and Sheer Force. 3 pretty great abilities. Especially when you consider it gets all the elemental punches. It gets Dynamic Punch, Drain Punch. I was thinking what I would do. Sheer Force. Elemental Punches. Or Iron Fist Elemental Punches. I mean, there's a lot of things this thing does. This thing gets Drain Punch, so it can live. Does this thing get Substitute? It does get Substitute. So, a Substitute wouldn't be too bad on this thing, maybe. But, honestly, I love this thing. It was in the UU column when we were drafting, so lucky for me, because it has gone up to BL since, but yeah, so this is really nice, and I'm really glad that we got this, because it not only does it round out our Psychic Dark Fighting core, it also has 140 base attack, 105 HP, I can Assault Vest this thing, I can Flame Orb this thing, I can do a lot of different sets that I'm sort of thinking of in my head that I really want to use. I like this pick, guys, I'm not going to lie. So, our next pick is Gardevoir. Now, you might be wondering, why did I pick up Gardevoir? Well, I was sort of looking at my team, and I was thinking, what kind of special and physical attacks have we got? So we've got Skarmory, which doesn't really attack. If anything, it'll be physical. Garchomp's sort of mixed, but it's more physical. Tapu Koko is mixed, but it's more physical. Azelf, mixed. Bisharp, physical. Conkeldurr, physical. So there's a lot of physical presences there. And I thought, I really need to get some special presence in here. So I went for Gardevoir. Gardevoir is great. It gets Moonblast, it gets Psychic, it gets Psyshock, it gets Energy Ball, it gets... probably forgetting some things, but... It doesn't have the greatest speed set with 80, but I can try Scarf this thing. It has really nice special defense and special attack with 115 and special defense and 125 and special attack. It gets Focus Blast, it gets Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice I probably won't use because it's not a Mega Gardevoir. What else is this? Gets Hidden Power Ice, yep. This thing even gets Magical Leaf, which I know we get Energy Ball, but which won't miss. But if someone wants to use a sneaky strat of like Double Team or whatever, that could be useful. We'll just have to see. It gets Shadow Ball, Trick Room, which I don't think I'm going to use because I think I have one of the fastest teams on the. I feel like I have one of the fastest teams. I don't actually. I have a pretty slow team compared to some others. So, I mean, Trick Room could be an option. It also gets Thunderwave, Will-O-Wisp, Wish, Toxic. Gets a lot of things that I think I can probably use. So, I think Gardevoir is a pretty good pick for where it was drafted. And now, my next picks sort of delve into the Firewater Grass core. So, I picked up my Milotic. Why did I do this? Milotic is a defensive beast and is a special attacker. And it felt like a good option to me. It's also a water type, which we didn't have yet. What can I say? Milotic. It gets Marvel Scale. It gets competitive. Those are the two abilities I'll be using. Marvel Scale, if I get Poison, Burn, whatever, we'd get extra defense. And this thing gets Recover, so we can just recover back the HP. This thing also gets the best move in the game, otherwise known as Scald. And with base 100 special attack and stab, Scald is going to do some damage. Another thing to note, this thing does get Haze. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Haze just gets rid of all status effect, like status boosts, or decreases. It just eliminates all stat changes. So if I bring this thing in on, let's see, Mega Gallade, for example, and it's trying to set up Sword Stance, I'm just going to Haze, because I'm pretty sure I can live something from it. Especially if I go max HP, max defense. And it will be fun times, and they might get really annoyed, but that's that. As far as movesets go, this thing gets Ice Beam, Icy Wind, it gets a few hidden powers. Does this thing get Mirror? I guess that's it. Mirror Coat. So I could play off the Mirror Coat. I'm not saying I will, but it's an option. It's an option I do have. So Milotic, what else can you say? It's Milotic has always been pretty good competitively. I don't really know why it's in such a low tier. I guess it's just because of that its defense and speed aren't very high. But apart from that, I love Milotic. So moving on down the list, we have Delmise. The second Gen 7 Pokemon of our draft. See, I needed a grass type. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have maybe gone Chestnut. Roserade and Venusaur were taken. I probably... Oh, it does... Now I know why I took it. Delmise gets Rapid Spin. That's why I took it. It gets Rapid Spin. Now, I needed a Rapid Spinner because I don't want to be defogging away my rocks and stuff. So Delmise seemed like a pretty good option to me. It's got good attack. It's got decent defense. The special defense isn't anything to laugh at, but it's not the highest. this thing is pretty much what I want it to do, is to just stick around so I can rapid spin. With its ability Steel Worker, I can run Anchor Shot, which doesn't miss. Or no, Anchor Shot prevents Pokemon from switching out. So that actually could be very useful. It also gets things like Shadow Claw, Power Whip, Earthquake, Brittle Swing, Phantom Force. Ooh. Return, Rock Slide. But really, this thing's pretty much here for the rapid spinning, and it also helps make up the Fire, Water, Grass core. So that's that. And now for our next pick, which I'm surprised. I don't know if I'm surprised that it wasn't taken. But it's Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion is good because, well, it neutralizes our fire weakness completely, which I think we only have in like 2 Pokemon anyway, so that's okay. No, we have it in 3. Or 4. I'm not sure. I can check. But pretty much, Typhlosion is 4. Yeah. So Typhlosion's, I need a fire type. I want to see what my other options would have been. Obviously, Infernape, if I could have got it, would have been beautiful, but I couldn't. So I didn't really have Typhlosion on the list. It was just a sort of last-minute decision that I thought I need a fire type. So here's Typhlosion. I can Scarf this. I can Specs this. I can try a few different sets. Maybe Life Orb. It's got decent speed, decent special attack, and it's a pretty good mon. I like it. It gets Eruption, which I can Scarf Eruption with Stab. It's doing damage. What else? I think it gets Focus Blast. It gets Extra Sensory. It gets Energy. No, it doesn't get Energy Ball, does it? If it gets Energy Ball, that's broken. It gets Solar Beam. That's what it is. It's Lava Plume, which, I mean, over Eruption is the best, but depends what I want to run. It's really probably going to have 1 or 2 sets, the entire thing. This is a Harper Beam. I think I've just got a set that I might bring out against someone that doesn't have many ghost types. Its hidden power selection's alright. But I just needed a fire type. That's my only explanation for Typhlosion, really. And it's got decent special attack, and our team is kind of lacking special attackers, especially after Delmise was picked. But yeah, speaking of lacking special attack, my last 2 mons are sort of physical attackers. So we only really have 1, 2, 3 dedicated special attackers out of a list of 12. I think it's 12. 1 sec. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So it's still at the greatest of times, but we'll work through it. Pretty much people with defensive teams are gonna kill us a little bit. I'm looking at the Dream Team, the Tropics, and then we're actually got the 2nd highest defensive and one of the lowest special defensive teams. We have the highest attacking team and not even the lowest special attacking team, so we're okay. Anyway, our next pick is Shedinja. I'm gonna be honest. I just picked this because I thought it would be funny. The last two picks were sort of throwaway picks. I didn't really want anything from NU/PU, which I know is a mistake. I probably could have made better use of these picks. I might swap, like, we might incorporate, like, swaps or something, but I doubt I probably could have grabbed another special attacker, such as, like, Glaceon. Glaceon's not really, it kind of is. Cryogonal. Even like Ampharos or Wishy Washy or something. But the draft's gone. So Shedinja's just here to be annoying. I'm gonna be honest. Pretty much. Well, our first week. Do we have any Pokemon? We have like 2 fire types. Possible 3. But 2 fire types. So I think a lot of these things will get superior. I'm looking at my opposition's team for this week, which is the Navy. Superior gets Tin Power Fire, Snorlax gets Fire Punch. So I don't think I'll be bringing Shedinja somehow. But, I mean, Wonder Guard's cool, I guess. And our last pick was just for banter, good old Regirock. I mean, it does have sky-high defense, but at the same time, it's probably not going to eat an Earthquake. Oh, it might, actually. But this thing isn't actually that bad. It probably won't have a Smogon set. It does, actually. Pretty much, I got this to tank and set up more Stealth Rocks and maybe Poison / Paralyze something. Maybe I'll go for the Zap Cannon strat. Does this thing get, like, zoom in? Lock on. It gets lock. I'll go, you know what? Sturdy Lock on Zap Cannon. I am bringing that 1 week. I have to. Who has a lot of electric weaknesses? Might bring it against Bob Tan. STC. I think, yeah, it's looking like STC will be the person I bring that against. Or maybe Dynamite Sarah. But yeah, it's Regirock. It's just Regirock. So guys, these here's our picks, not in order because I'm a scrub. Bisharp, Regirock, Shedinja, Skarmory, Tapu Koko, Typhlosion, Milotic, Gardevoir, Garchomp, which is a Mega Garchomp, Delmise, Conkeldurr, and a Zelf. I really like this team, not gonna lie, guys. I think we can do some pretty good work. I am scared of Ghost types. We have a Zelf, Shedinja, Gardevoir, Delmise. Is that it? Hold up. Yeah. We have all them, and we only have 1 resistance in Bisharp. So that is kind of scary. We have 4 ground weaknesses, but we have 3 immunities and 1 resistance, so we're fine with that. We always run air balloon on something. What else weakness wise? We don't really have any gaping holes in our team. apart from Ghost. Everything else is covered pretty well. So yeah, guys, that's my draft review for the Dunedin Articunos. I think I drafted pretty well, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking to get the battle out this week, so I'm probably going to build a team, and then I'll record and go over it just in the team builder for that. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, just smash the like button down below, comment, like the video, oh my goodness, I've not done this in a while. Anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below how you think the season's going to go for us, and yeah, pretty much I'll catch you all. Next video is either going to be another draft analysis, or it'll be a team builder / battle for week 1 of the PSBL. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
Yeah.